Hello, everybody, and welcome to Base Engineers. I'm Duke Skyloper. Marcus, in chat, welcome. Ire, welcome. I saw the notification that Rev sent everybody over here. Hope you all had a good stream over on Rev's with his space start. Today, there's a thunderstorm going on outside, I've noticed. Today, we're going to do... Hold on. There we go. There we go. Today, we're going to start to kind of make a more permanent base location here. I heard Sheep Detective was a good movie, Sheep Detective. Let me know what you think, what you thought of it. We're going to maybe move the Titan to closer to the alcove, which is over this way. We're probably going to have to do some mining today, which means we have to figure out where the stuff is. We could probably get rid of that boat GPS. That's actually the GPS for the... What is this thing? What was this? This was the... this was like the underwater depot thing. So, anyway. Alright, so we're going to head over to the alcove. We need to make some food. I mean, we got these things I could turn on, but I don't really want to just have kelp crisps all the time. So, alright. What should we do with... the inventory? We should probably bring some more stuff with us, huh? So we got a couple things in cargo. Oh yeah, that's right. We were going to bring stuff I got some stuff to make down there. So, what else should we bring? We might as well just bring everything that's in the assembler. I don't know why there's stuff in the assembler, but I'm going to bring all of it. And let's bring more steel plates. Let's bring more of those, more computers, some of those. More of those. We might, yeah, let's bring the glass. May want more batteries. What else? What else do we think we might need? Let's bring the rest of the metal grids. Do I have a bunch of stuff going on in the assembler here? Oh, you know what? I completely forgot that we have the inventory mod. Hey, Bruce, welcome. Watching and getting ready for work. That's awesome. Yeah, I forgot that I have the what? Do I not have it in this mod, the quota mod. So... maybe I should be building... no, I don't think so. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Anyway, we're going to head out. We'll just take what we got with us. So I want to make some kind of platform for the Titan to land on nearby down there, so I don't have to keep flying up here for it. And then build a small farm. Doesn't have to be a big farm, but we're going to need to... actually, I should bring some food with me. There's no animals here. And there's no... so we brought a bunch of raw and cooked food. Spider meat from Titan. And we have all the other things, but we don't have a way to produce more of those things. So for now I'm just going to bring maybe like a handful of these. There might still be more of those over there. Over at the alcove, which is this way. What was that? Then we're going to get back to... oh, it was a logistics post. It wasn't a depot. That's good. So, do we want the Titan to be way up here? I was originally thinking it would be cool to have a base, like, in the mountainside. You know? And actually, that might still be a good idea. Maybe we could do a platform. I don't want to do like I did on Titan, the moon, and bury the Titan in the ground, because there's no reason to do that. I have noticed that, like... well, because this isn't a moon, nothing ever spawns here, like ship-wise. But, yeah, maybe we could just park the Titan on a small platform up here, put a base in the mountain side with a little bit of a hangar opening, where we could fly in and out of that hangar. And then, I mean, I'm not going to go all out with it as a thing, but that way we could just, like, ferry ourselves to and from the... Probably do this more like this. Bad. Well. Hey, good news. We can still fly. And we didn't break our cargo, as far as I know. Okay. Well, don't listen to me from now on when I say we should probably do it like this. Because that is a bad idea. So, what can I salvage from the new hole here? I looked away for 1 minute. You know, so did I. And that's what happens. It's too bad this isn't like an ore here. I could just dig a hole. Alright, well. Do I have a repair projector on this thing? I don't remember if the... One of the versions has the repair projector and the other doesn't. Oh, the water level's very high right now. That's good. The tide is up. We should maybe get on the building of the floating dock at some point. Okay. Let's assess the damage here. So things that aren't gone seem to be generally still intact. Looks like we mainly just lost one big thruster, maybe something on the bottom there. One big thruster and... yeah, all that's still there. Whatever was holding this together. And the same deal on... oh, it was just a conveyor junction. Yeah, we lost some thrusters too. So do I have a repair projector or not? Wrong place to search. Yes. Oh, good. Battery, all that stuff. Let's see if we can get a connector going that I could dock this onto the thing there, and then I could work on it at some point. Let's see. Also, I kind of want to think about what can I, now that there's a hole there, what sort of opportunity does this provide for me? Could we make this like the ramp to drive into the base? You know, something like that. Like we could use that hole for something. I think we are going to need to build some production facilities or get the Titan over here because I don't want to have to fly back and forth too many more times. That's a lot more missing stuff than I expected. Still flies though, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice. Okay, what do we got going on? Let's grab that. Let's do... oh, it's made of wood. Let's not grab that. What is this? There we go. Alright, we could either dock it... yeah, I think to make this a little bit easier, I'm just going to do this. And then remember that I don't have a connector on here anywhere. Are you still connected? I think you are. Yeah, there we go. Wait, what? Okay, hang on. I know there's stuff in here. Hey, Rev. You missed the first 10 minutes of the stream. Not even. I already crashed the ship, so... So that's kind of nice. All right, little up. We do have braking thrust still, right? Yes. Oh, maybe I need to put this a little bit higher. Yep, I think I do need to put it one higher. I got 32 minutes of battery. Let's see what we can do. Or we could flip this around and I could dock from the other side, but I think it's just going to be easier to face it this way. That'll work. That'll work. That will not work. Hang on. Oh, you know what? It just occurred to... Oh, my shoes are wet. Just occurred to me. Yeah, no problem, Rev. That one of the mods that I have is now redundant from the update. The bottle refill mod, isn't it? Or did I misread? I've been so behind this week. I didn't get to see the stream. I was on vacation when all the stuff was going on, and I just installed the DLC in the update today. So I'm very behind on this prosperity update. There we go. Okay. So at least we got that going for us, which is nice. How long till we run out of our battery? Or will we be good? 29 minutes till we're out of power while this thing is charging. That's not ideal. Oh, wait. Hey, what if we build our last wind turbine up here? What do we need for you? Do I have you? Now I should be able to pull from both things. Autofill, sneaky sounds, and welder no eye damage. I wonder if... I know I've got sneaky sounds, I know I've got autofill. I don't remember if I put welder no eye damage in, because I think I mentioned last stream that I should have and didn't. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I guess I'll have to... Oh, that boat's just going to be out of here. Oh, you know what? Hang on. It's got thrusters on. Hey, how about... That's just the braking thrusters. Hang on. We need a... I need an all thrusters group. Oh, what did I call them? There we go. Atmos and flatmos. There we go. Much better. Now, one thing we could do, since we do have functionally infinite power until the tide goes in, is we could create a hydrogen engine over here. I am excited to use the new smaller collector that they just put out in the update. That'll fit better on the boat. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and add a... Oh, wait, did I get that thing going? Okay, I did get that thing going. How are we doing on power now? Let's just focus. Yeah, let's just focus. Fully recharged in 5 minutes. So now we're good. Let's see. So, is the collector... I don't think that collector is even on, is it? Let's get that collector going. So we can fill all this stuff up. And then let me think about how I want to do this. I think I want to make like maybe a small hydrogen tank. What do we got? We got this tank that's still big, but these two look cool together? Can I make something that looks cool? I think these two would look cool together. I want to... Maybe I'll do two separate. I'm going to end up using up all my parts before I fix the ship, but I don't... Okay, let me actually say out loud what I'm thinking here. I don't... Because the tide will go away at some point, and then I won't have infinite ice, and so I don't want the... I don't want to have lost all of the hydrogen in the hydrogen engine. If that makes sense. Hey, Fuse, welcome. And the sun is going down, which means our textures are going to get weird. So yeah, I'm thinking I could... thinking I might just do two... Just do two separate collectors. You know? Two separate systems. Let's do that. Let's make another one of these. And another collector. Oh, here's our flat collector. It's not in a group. Oh, it is in a group. Yeah, it's in this group. Okay. Doesn't have a colorful icon. That's okay. So we're gonna grab some parts. Put that there. That should work, even though it's kind of stuck. Yeah, it's stuck in the ground, but it'll work. So, all right, let's put... Did I put that in the bar? Yes. Let's put another one of you, like this. Alright, that should be good enough for now. Let's get a hydrogen engine going. A sci-fi hydrogen engine. Oh, what's this? Hydrogen engine. Hydrogen engine. It's very difficult to say. And we will build out like a bottom part to that at some point. Meaning, we'll put something under it to support it in a little bit. Hang on. For now, it's just going to hang out. I'm thinking I don't have enough parts for it. Alright, I do have enough parts to get it going, so that's good. Let's close that so we don't get water in there. Alright, how's our battery looking now? Fully recharged in 10 seconds, which means that the whatchamacallit is also going to be good here. So, can I rebuild you? Maybe not. Construction components. What did I pull all the construction components out for? I might just end up... Let's see, if we can get that going, and maybe the two missing batteries, and I could maybe just jet back up. I wonder if I could place both of them.
Fuel low.
Hang on. There we go. I should probably move. Then it just occurred to me. I should have put the tank. I should put the recharge on the one that I don't want connected to the thing. We'll fix it later. That's fine. All right. How much can I... Oops. Did not want to do that. Let's get rid of that. Here's a question I just had. Why was it telling me my fuel was critical while I still had not empty tanks on me. Is that part of the refill feature being weird? I wonder if that's a weird... I wasn't even... I just heard the warning, and then I just did the thing, so... Alright, let's... Oh, let me get rid of that. Alright, I need... Yeah, really just this, and this, and this. And then we can get back up to the Titan with the thing and rebuild it. So hold on. I'm going to jetpack myself up there and hope I don't run out of fuel somehow.
Fuel low.
Oh. Okay, so that... I kind of suspected that's what was happening. It says fuel low, and then it refills me. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. Okay, so we need... Okay. Yeah, okay. Then we'll bring the Titan back. You know, Rev, I have done that multiple times. I know you just retracted it, but for those of you who read it, I'm not going to say what he said. But I have done that multiple times. Alright, that should be good enough to get us back, even with those batteries not charged. I should make sure that they ended up back in the group. Then we'll just run back to the Titan real quick. We'll weld up all the stuff where we have all the components, and then we'll fly it back and hopefully not crash into the ground. You retract your retraction. I completely lost track of what I was going to do. Batteries. Are you all in the group? I think so. There are 4 batteries. They're all in the group. They should all be in recharge mode, and I think they are. So if we undock, we have multiple minutes of power. So let's head back without crashing into anything this time. I do have braking. Yeah, braking thrust is fine. Okay, we're gonna have to go this way because that's where all the power is. I lost a lot of my forward thrust. Alright, we're gonna go nice and slow here. Seems we also lost a bit of side thrust. One of the things that I just decided to leave on that I should probably turn off, although I don't know if Pam will like it or not, but I added those upward facing... Oh, actually, are they gone? Why are the... Oh, yeah, that's right. The hologram is overlapping those upward flatmosts. Those were added later on Titan because Titan's gravity is so low that this ship would often float up into the atmosphere and not, you know, come back down. So it needed some... And a little too fast. Or was it perfect? Hard to say. Alright, let's get this thing fixed up. We need one of these first.
Fuel low.
It's going to be kind of annoying, I think. Maybe I should... I mean, build plan empty. Okay. Let's grab some steel plate. No, I'm trying to... Okay, fine. Now it's working. I might do a quick reboot and take those mods out. Actually, I don't know that I can, because they're part of my mod collection. I might have to edit my mod collection in order to remove them. Which would not necessarily guarantee that they are gone. So, that would be... It's kind of annoying. I'll have to remember that before next week. Alright, then... I promise I'm not going to crash the ship again. It just occurred to me that we definitely do not have to actually go mining, because we brought a ton of stuff with us. We just need to refine it into components and stuff. Why can't I add hologram things? Is this part of those projector improvements? Why did it just say I need girder? Okay. Good, we're almost done. Oh, I'm stuck. This side looks pretty good. Anything up? We missing some stuff over here.
Fuel low.
Mm-hmm. Come on. Okay. It looked like anything else is missing. Let's check. Let's check in the cockpit and see. Those things are supposed to be flashing like a maniac there. So it should just say 6 remaining armored blocks. That sounds good. Mm-hmm. That should be correct. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. You are not. Wait. Are you? Hold on. No. I think that implies that somewhere there is a missing single armor block, because there's only 5 missing ones on top. Let's go and turn on missing blocks which have not yet been built. Yeah, let's just turn this on. Yep. Right. Oh, is there one? It's not underneath you. It is missing because... Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Very good. Actually, let's keep those settings on and just turn it off. Alright. Thrusters are all off. Everything is off. We are good to go. I'm wondering if it's worthwhile to temporarily bring a bunch of materials down and just set up a... I don't want to set up a refinery. We could bring some of the... We could just bring some of the refined materials down and set up like an assembler. Right? We have plenty of ingots, as they're called. Oh yeah, we've got nothing but ingots, basically. What is the refinery doing? Nothing? Um, hmm. Okay, let's fill up the cargo. We'll keep all this stuff, and let's just not add nearly as much of this stuff. Let's say we want like 5,000. Let's say we'll say 10,000 of that. 10,000 of that. And let's grab so much of this. Let's grab like, how much iron can we fit? We could fit 50k for sure. Let's bring a little bit of cobalt. Not a whole lot. Actually, we have the space. Let's bring a little bit more iron. We'll just make a little assembler down there. And in fact, let's... Cool. I thought it was going to fall down. Let's put an assembler on the build planner. Should I make one of these, or should I make one of the industrial ones? Let's just do a normal one. I honestly didn't know you could drag to the build planner, but my brain wanted to, and I'm glad that it worked. All right, and then in terms of upgrade modules, I think because we're kind of power focused down there, power constrained, we'll do all. I don't really care about how fast it goes at the moment, so we'll just do all power efficiency. Then we'll go back in, hit inventory, go back to my cargo, which hopefully can fit all of this. And we'll have enough. Did it grab that? I have no idea if it did it or not. I don't know where it put the stuff. I think we have enough to at least get us going. What is an assembler? Nope. Ow. Was not expecting that. Computers, metal grids, steel plates. What have we got then? Computers. Give me more computers. Give me more metal grids. Give me... I think we need some of them things. That should be enough. Actually, we could just make the power module things down there. Got you that time. Right. Motors, we should have enough. Displays. Do I have displays? I don't know how many displays are sitting over at the place. So, we'll go. Oh, hey Marcus, if you're still there, did you see my message about the test version of Goose that might help with the server spikes? Oh, this thing is so slow. I'm gonna have to be really careful going down now. Goose, Marcus said Goose was giving some issues on servers, on the server with spikes when there are large amounts of federated grids, which is kind of natural, but I was able to reduce that a bit, optimize some things. Okay. Okay, good. For a moment, I thought all of the big engines weren't on. Okay. Don't hit that. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Perfect. So now we're back to... Oh, what the... Wait a second. Yeah, that makes sense. This, the attachment is not part of the blueprint. I'll have to fix that. Real quick. What do we got going? Actually, I probably don't. Yeah, I don't have to. Just someone remind me before I go, doing stuff. Okay, where should we put, or how should we put, our assembler? We could put it... I guess it's going to be kind of temporary, but let's just do this. Then put it like right... how do I want to do this? If I want to get... I think it would be easier to go the other way. If I want 4 power thingies on it, I gotta do this a little bit different. Or we could go out this way with it. Yeah, maybe that's the way to go, is just to have it come out this way. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. What if we redo how this bottom thing is connected here? And do something like... that's not the thing I'm trying to do. This thing. Something like that. Then take out these 2. And then put our assembler right there with its power modules buried in the ground. That'll work, I think. Yeah, maybe. Did I not bring enough construction components? Are you kidding me? How many more do I need? 20 or 40? Okay, hold on. Oh, you're already in here somewhere, right? Yes, yes, yes. You're back. There we go. Now we're talking. I am starting to regret how long it's going to take this thing to work. Maybe I should put 1 speed module on it. 1 speed module. Alright, hold on. Now I've lost the plot a little bit here. The assembler is fully built. You're good. Okay. Then we're going to have to build that thing. Okay, faster, please. Not need to do that. Alright, what am I holding on to that's so... Let's put all you back in there.
Fuel low.
Let's get you going again. What are you busy making? Okay, good. Now we probably don't need to go back to the Titan anytime soon. And we can just do stuff. Alright, I'm going to take a drink of water. If you're enjoying the stream, please consider liking the stream on YouTube. And if you'd like to get notified when I go live, please consider subscribing. Ooh, unknown signal. Where's that coming down? You know what I'm thinking? What if we build a floating pier? Like we put some like hinges, like some double hinges, and turn them off, and then have just like a floating pier with these things under it. I don't know why this thing is still running, but it kind of needs to, otherwise it'll despawn at some point. And then we just kind of let it float up and down. We can have it, we'll have to figure out where the water level goes when the tide recedes. And then we could build out to it. I think we'll do that, of course, later. I think the tide should recede at night. At some point. So in the meantime, what do we want to do? Do we want to... Oh, we need a farm of some sort. What do we think about building a farm on top of this hole? I'm just kind of... build it right into the ground here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, we're gonna do that. Let's get some... Let's get some... you know, I'm gonna be running way back and forth all the time if it's way over there, though. How do I want to do this? Maybe I don't want it way over there. That seems like a bad idea. Though it doesn't really make sense to have it over at the dock. Maybe... It just occurred to me that there were things on the boat that I needed to finish building, and that's why I brought a bunch of stuff with me. Okay, I don't want the farm to be down at the dock. The dock should be its own separate thing, and eventually the dock shouldn't have all of this either. What did we need to finish building? These things and the antenna. I think that's it. Anything else is good. Okay, so I think we may just have to... What? Okay. I think we're just going to bring a bunch of parts over there. And then I might be running around a lot. There we go. I do want to put one of these right here, so I could walk up there a little bit easier. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's grab a bunch of steel plate and a bunch of interior plate. And then we'll probably bring enough for a battery at some point. We'll have to do another solar, or actually, since it is a farm, we are going to have to get ice over to it. So I'm wondering, actually, now that I think about it, because it is we're going to need ice for irrigation, would it make sense to have it closer to the shore? Like, I don't want it to necessarily be like a part of the dock, but what if we just had it like over here instead? Well, forget the hole. What if we just had it like near the shore, like right here off to the side? Ran a little collector over to it. When the tide comes in, it could collect a bunch of ice, and then when the tide goes out, it'll have a bunch on hand, and then I don't have to worry about it dealing with all of that stuff. It might even be low power enough that we could do we could make it hydrogen powered. You know, run the hydrogen engines when we have ice. Yeah, I think we could make something work. All right. Yes, I like this. All right, let's make a platform of some sort. I don't want this thing to be huge, but it kind of needs to be huge. So, what if I'm just gonna outline it here. How many plots would we want? I mean, I'm probably gonna do, to begin with, I'm probably just gonna do the basic, throw some farm things down and then manually harvest them, and then eventually we'll get around to building all the stuff, but I want to make room for all that stuff. Hey, Timmy Dean, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So if we do that, we could probably do 2 rows. I kind of liked the farm auto harvesting setup I had on the alien planet in Designated Survivors, where they were like up and then they would come down like on hinges, and they would come down and go back up. Kind of like that. I wonder if I could improve upon that by leaving myself some extra room. Yeah, we'll see. I did check there were no changes to the programmable block API at all, so I assume farmhand still works. I haven't actually checked anything. So if we did I kind of want okay, so if we did like 2 rows with a row in the middle, right? I got like, let's say that my farm rows, let's give myself some room to work here. So let's say our farm rows are like here. Then we got extra space back here for whatever, and then we can have our collector come down and come out to about here or whatever. So how long would these rows be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I give myself some room on the ends, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be good. 14 farm plots. I like that. Okay. So we'll do that, and I'll do an outline and armor blocks, and then we'll do most of it with interior. It's very slopey here, which means I can't really, unless I dug this all out and buried it into the, well, I guess, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to bury it into the ground. Do I want it to be all armor, or do I want to use some sort of, oh, you know what? Hey. We've got, what are those things called? I don't know what they're called. We got conveyor floor things now, right? So... Hi, Adam. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for sharing. Structural platform conveyor. That's what we've got. So we could do those as the floor. And then... let's see, how are we going to do that as... Oh, unless we did that, like, one down as the... It's too bad that the farm plots don't connect to each other end to end. I would really love it if they did, because then I could just put one down on this one conveyor and then have them all line up. But as it stands, I'd have to have this thing be one down. Actually, maybe that's not the worst idea, because then we could just... We could kind of fill the middle row with these. How would this even work? I don't know that this would work. It would work. Because then I'd have to do a bunch of, like, floor conveyors on top of it and stuff. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to work. I think we're going to end up just doing... these things with maybe some interior blocks, or maybe we'll just do armor, since I have a bajillion iron around. Okay. Maybe we'll use this empty space underneath for cargo. I think that could work. Do I have... I don't have... I know we got those new conveyors, too. Or not conveyors, those, cables. That could be cool to, like, hang underneath. Where do we... There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, let's lay out where we're actually going to put... This has to be airtight, so I got to be careful, and I may be putting armor panels underneath it or something like that. Should build everything with small grid. Oh, you're thinking like a Space Engineers 2 engineer, Timmy Dean. Let's see, hold on, would that work? How would that work with... Well, there's no small grid farm plots, so I can't build the farm in small grid. But I could do... I mean, I made the boat in small grid. It's just, it needs some greebling. You know? Alright, anyway. Let's see. So if our farms are going to start... Let's think this through here for a second. I can't use adapters because I can't use large grid farms in a small grid airtight space. They won't detect the airtightness. So whenever it rains, all my crops will die, basically. Actually, that's not even necessarily true. I don't even know if the weather here will kill the crops. Now that I think about it. I don't think the only weather's... did thunderstorms kill crops? I don't remember. I know, like, ice storms and stuff will kill the crops. Just took a drink of water. Everybody like and subscribe. I forgot to say it. I'm trying to remember if maybe we don't need to fully enclose this thing because they will just survive on their own. I don't really want to chance it though because of the limited resources that I have here. So, all right. So let's assume that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay out some floor here. See, this is where they're going to go. If we put our irrigation systems back here, Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking we will... this should... I mean, it's a cool idea. Like, it's a total, like, engineered coffee kind of thing to do. Now I'm trying to think. If this is embedded, this should still be airtight. Right? If I do this, like... I think I didn't want to start with that one. But yeah, I think that should still be airtight, because it'll never not be facing down. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so conveyor curved. There we go. Let's just have these all face the same direction. Actually, let's have them all face where I could see the inside. I don't know why. Okay, so that's going to be a farm on top of that. And then I think right here in the middle, we're going to connect these two. Where's the middle here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be the middle. So I'm going to do... I think I need a junction. That's the only thing that'll work here. Junction. We can do... conveyor across like that. Now they're connected. So down from... I'm thinking, since I've already got this downward connection point here and here, we could just take our collector down and out to the alcove this way. To the lagoon. And then that's how we'll get our ice. Now as the ice comes in, we need to do two different things. We need ice. We need a system of ice that splits off and goes to the irrigation systems. And then we're going to need separate ice that goes to an O2 gen for a hydrogen engine to power this whole thing. Because we're going to be doing a lot of hydrogen power stuff. So, I think what we will do then is perhaps underneath here we'll have a split with a sorter that pulls ice into we might want to have multiple collectors at the thing, just so that we can make sure that everything fills up whenever the tide is in, and then hopefully we have enough left over when the tide is gone. So if we did like a I may end up enclosing this bottom just because we're gonna see a lot of ugly stuff here. But if we did something like this, and then did a sorter out the side, and then did an O2 gen and then an engine. I'm actually wondering if it wouldn't make sense to kind of put this more towards one side as opposed to right in the middle. I think that is going to be better. Let's get rid of this. And let's put reinforced conveyor T. Like that. And then at the very end here, let's get rid of these two upward ones and make them junctions instead. That is true, and so does the O2. But I'm gonna have two cargo containers. I think that's what the thing I haven't said out loud yet is that I'm gonna have two cargo containers that will store additional ice for the dry season, I guess. So I want the sorters to be able to both pull and then push into those cargoes, and then the O2 gens and the irrigation systems will pull from those cargo containers when they need it. And so that would look like this would have all made sense if I'd explained it out loud instead of just keeping it in my head. So I'm just trying to think of how I want to pull that off. So here's our connection here. Okay. Let's throw a conveyor tube. Where's the top? Okay, conveyor tube in between to connect the two. So we will have... Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We're going to do a conveyor... We're going to do these round ones like this. So we're going to do that. And then off to the side here, we will do a kind of upside down sorter that looks like it's hanging off the thing there. And then this will go to a regular old... We don't need a big cargo. Do I have cargo in here somewhere? We'll just put it right there. Because I don't think we need a huge cargo for this. So we're just going to have a regular cargo there. And then O2 generator, which is that an assembler? I think it's an assembler.
Energy low.
O2 generator, and then a... Yes, there's the... We'll just do it upside down like this. One of these. Honestly think that one of these will be enough to run the whole show here. So that'll be that. So it'll pull ice into this cargo, which will then be pulled by this O2 gen, and basically when the water is up, this will all fill up and start working. I'll probably throw a battery on here too, just so that it doesn't... so it has some power while I'm waiting for the water to come back. And then we're going to have another over here. We'll have another sorter that goes to another cargo that will then be where the irrigation systems pull from. And I think that will be okay. Because it won't be able to pull back out of here. And then both of these will be fighting over the same ice, but that's okay, because there should be plenty of it. So let me figure out where we are going to put our... Is the water receding already? Yeah, the water's already starting to recede, so that's good. Let's just build it out to where it is now, and then we will know that it is definitely going to get to that level when the water comes in. So we could do... Let's go out one more, and then we'll just go straight down. Let's do... we don't have like a cross one, right? Oh, we do have one. Okay. Where's the ground here? Yeah, this will work. I'm pretty sure these collectors can... No, they don't have side ones for the large grid. Okay, never mind. I am doing it correctly. We'll do this. We'll do that. And then this will be plenty of collectors. And it's okay that they're kind of jammed into the ground. They should still work. So there we go. So what will happen is these things fill up with ice. This sorter pulls ice out from there, fills up this section. Another sorter over here will pull additional ice out and fill up a cargo for the irrigation systems. And let me just think about... See, the irrigation systems are going to have to... Yes. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, yeah. Then the irrigation systems are just going to have to be... They should, if I remember correctly, they should be able to... Oh, actually, I don't remember now. Push, can they... If they are only a single directional sorter that is only whitelisting ice, can they push the water back through it in the opposite direction? I don't remember. I might have to just... I mean, we could just set up a separate connection on the other side. And it could be a... Because it would still be a closed loop separate from the other one. So either way, it's fine if we have to. If I have to set up a separate loop for it. All right, let's get some power first off. And then maybe we will... How's my... Oh, they fill up real fast. Oh, I like that. That's better than the mod. I don't know how... Vadimbish? I don't know how to say your name, but yeah, I hope you are correct. I believe that is correct. Yeah, how should we do a bracket on the pipes? Here, we could do, We could do some kind of bracket on this. I mean, I guess I don't need to have it go down like this and go over to it. It could just go straight out and down, and it might not look so goofy, but we'll figure that out later. One thing at a time. I am going to start welding some of this stuff up so that we could start getting some ice in here. And then I need a battery on here too. Just so that we could... Where's those new... Here we go. Battery, bank, offset, battery, bank. Okay, just give me a... There we go. Alright, what do these new things look like here? So we got this kind. Has it got less power than a regular battery? I assume it does, right? 6 megawatts, 12 megawatts. Oh, I love that. I love that. Let's put it... I have no idea where I want to put this battery, but I'd want to display it prominently and probably right next to the programmable block where we'll be running farmhand. Who knows where that will be, but probably along this back wall. So let's just put like a... Oh no. Let's just put it like... Ow. I'm thinking this corner, actually maybe the opposite corner, will be... no, I'm going to be running a bunch of irrigation there. Let's do stuff over on this side. I don't know where I'm going to walk in. I think I'm going to put the door on the back. So let's put this battery like right there. Grab that. Yes. Oh, it's going to take some time. But the good news is, once we get this going. I know what you meant, Timmy. I was just trying to think of what sort of a bracket we would put on it. Since it's round and it doesn't have any connection points, it would have to be just kind of like a fake, oh, gee, like some sort of a fake bracket thing, you know? I just really need those construction components, huh?
Fuel low.
Yeah. There we go. Now we should be actually collecting ice down here. Right? Yep. Ice is slowly coming in. Or rather quickly coming in. That's good. Alright, then we're going to need to build a lot of these. And I'm probably going to need a lot more construction components. Mm-hmm. Well, while we're waiting for those, let's look at, because we could do, we could put like some scaffolding around it to make it look like it's being held up. We could replace one of the pieces with a armored thingamajig, and then it would have something to be held up by it. Or we could just put scaffolding around the collectors themselves, and then they would look like they're being held up by something. Because it is, right now, it just kind of looks like they're in the water, but they're going to be very soon not in the water anymore. That makes sense. Yep. There we go. I did take some time off, and it was quite good. It was a, can I grab all these things at once? I took a trip to a cabin for 2 weeks, and it was very, very relaxing. Being out at a state park and not having a lot of access to internet and stuff, but also being able to go out of the state park and to various different like attractions that are around. So saw a movie. It was Minions. Not as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't my choice, but you know, when you got kids, it's not always you don't always get to go see the Odyssey, is what I'm saying. There we go. Alright, so this is all good. So what we should do is go into here and name this something like sorter hydrogen engine, and we're going to say we're going to whitelist. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ice. Whitelist ice, and we're going to say drain all, so that it will drain from these things until everything here is full. Now I hope that there's going to be enough. Let's see, are you guys out of the water now? No, you're still good, I think. Or are we just chewing through the ice too fast? That's the only thing that has ice in it right now. So maybe they are no longer considered in the water. Well, there we go. So now there's... all of our ice is just sitting in here, and it'll just be used for... once the battery is charged up, I don't think this thing is going to use a lot of water. So I think it'll be fine. Once the tide comes back in again, everything should just fill with ice, and we should be good. I hope. But if we need to, we could always just add more collectors. Make this a whole big collection operation down there. We could split... actually, we could split the middle one into a full junction and then add 2 more to it. Might not be a bad idea, just to make sure that we're all filled up. I don't want the irrigation systems to starve for anything, so... Alright, so if we did another sorter, just probably a regular sorter, I think I've got those in here. I am still trying to figure out when exactly the tide goes in. I think it's based on the time of day on the planet. But I've also, I think it goes up when it's raining. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Alright, let's lay out the other side here. So the ice is going to go up through here. And we'll have another sorter here with our other cargo. With our other cargo here. And then the irrigation systems. Let's see. How many do we think we need? We probably only need like 2, right? So we could just do back-to-back irrigation systems. Like I could put one... I'm going to have to put a thing down, aren't I? I'll have to put... we could put one... I think we only need 2. Oh, wait. These... oh, shoot. This is upside down. I forgot that these things are so terrible. We could put the irrigation system underneath. And then just do it like this. Have it buried in the ground and then you never see it. I don't like that. I don't. Oops. I don't like that. Let's see. So we could come up from the cargo and go into the side of it. Actually, we could just do... we could have it come up and go... like do a splitter and then just have one on each side. They need like... I don't mind having a port on the top, but they need to like... it needs at least one port on the bottom. I don't understand how they envisioned this thing actually being part of systems. I mean, I could put it... maybe they kind of envisioned it like being in the floor with farms on top of it or something like that. But, I don't know. I like seeing it. You know, we could put it in the ground. I don't know what we would put on top of the... you know, then I got the problem of covering up the things, you know. We could flip it over or something, but... I don't know. I like seeing them. So, let's just do this. Let's see. Let's actually put it back against the back wall, maybe. Just put catwalks on top of it. Like put it in the floor and then put catwalks, Dennis. Welcome in, by the way. That could work. Hmm. Hmm. Sound any choices? Okay. Raise it up and have catwalks up to it. Oh, like put it. How would I connect it then? Just put it. Just keep on going up, and then you'd walk under it. Not a bad idea, actually. I think what I want to do is. There we go. Take this and put one of these guys. We're just going to move this whole thing back a little. Put that there. Put the cargo on the back wall here. Wherever it was. Where the heck did I put the cargo on this thing? Cargo container. Want the words facing the right direction. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do this and then put one on each side of it. We'll just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Where did I put the irrigation system? Then we'll just not look at the top, I think is what we're going to do. So, that'll be that. 2 of those guys. This thing will fill up with ice. And then those things will grab the ice, and then ice will not get pulled back from the other things. So let's weld up that path. Did I get that? Yes. For when the water comes back, which will be not even this stream, I guarantee. So. Can I have... Yeah, okay. Unknown signal. Yep. My worst fear here is that there's some sort of like, put a whole bunch in there. There's some sort of like enemy spawn that could happen nearby that I'm not prepared for, or something like that. Yeah, the water goes way far back. It's kind of crazy how much distance there is. Like when the water is high tide, the end of the water is like here, which is why we built this thing. Is the end of the water is like here. When the low tide is done, the end of the water is going to be like way over here.
Fuel low.
Am I actually low? No, I'm not. Yeah, and the boat is like nowhere near the water. Like the boat will not be able to go out when the water is out. Did I get all the stuff I need or no? I did not. Okay. Alright, so we got that. Our farm plots are going to sit along here. And then across the top we'll eventually have our auto harvester thingamajig. But in the meantime, I think this is going to work out okay for us. So where's that other sorter here? Let's call this one sorter irrigation. And we will also put grain all and whitelist. Ice. Cool. It's not going to fill up with anything, so there's no ice. At least let me make sure that all the ice is still in the O2 gen, and we're almost out of it. So we're burning through ice quite a bit faster than I thought we would. How charged are you? Fully recharged in 6 minutes? Well, I guess we are probably going to need more ice than this. So let's do a... How do I want to do this? I want to put 2 more on here like this. I don't want to split the grid, but I think I have to temporarily. Unless I ran some big long thing out. I think it should be okay. I think it should reconnect. I hope. Let's eat some more of this. Because I'm starving. Steel. Let's grab a bunch of that. That, but so we can put one there, and then all right, we're gonna grab
Fuel low.
Yep. Take you out of there now. We've split the grid. Hopefully it will let me reattach. Okay, let's make sure that we are able to see those connectors. How about collectors? Yes, they're there. Okay. Cool. So we've reattached the grid there. Let's weld them up. What's wrong with Streamlabs? What did Streamlabs do, Game Dork? Because Streamlabs is doing my job for me? That's what I told it to do. Oh, it does have a hat. Yeah, okay. Well, nothing I can do about that. It's his head was cold.
Low.
I might set up auto crafting on there as well, just to have some more of these components in stock. But I'm not going to do it just yet. What was I welding? Okay, down here. Completely forgot what I was doing. Alright, that will... Nope, not quite. There we go. That should give us a decent amount of ice, but now I am very concerned that we are not going to be able to... that we're not going to be able to actually run this thing entirely off of hydrogen. I guess maybe if the battery is full. You know, maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll do something like... let's get an event controller, right? Right on. Event controller. Let's put an event controller... Where would an event controller look cool? What do they look like? They look like this. I'm kind of making like a server area over here. So let's say we put this here, right? Then let's say, for the sake of argument, we got like a event controller here, right? And then in this event controller, we say that well, right now they're not in the water at all, Timmy. They're not collecting anything. The water's too far away. When the water is there, they tick. I want to say they pull like 40 or 50 ice every second or something like that. But when the water comes in, the water is here for several in-game hours, so it should be enough to like fill everything, and then it's just a matter of can we survive long enough when the collectors are out of the water, you know. We could put them on. We could put them on pistons and make them able to move. Well, then it's just, I might as well just put the pipes like way out into the water or something like that. We could move them further out. Like we could come up with a better structure and move them further out. The further out we go, the longer they will be in the water. So maybe it's worth. I think it is. It's going to be worth doing that. But anyway, what I was going to do here with this event controller, I have to remember what I was going to do with this event controller. What if we said, what if we said that the event controller looks at cargo filled of the O2 gen, and if it is below like 5%, then we let's see, not equal or less than, then we take the battery and we turn it on, and if it's above that, then we turn it off. And so our battery it will turn on if we completely run out of ice in the O2 gen, which would mean there's no ice in here at all. And then we're running entirely on this one generator. And if that happens, then our battery kicks on. How would we... Because you could hear it's turned off now, so we're out of ice over there. So the battery's on. How does the battery ever get recharged? Do we... Do we just rely on it? You know what? Let's not worry about it. Let's... Oh, one thing I could do is have a second event controller and say if the battery gets low, we turn this event controller off so that the battery remains on. Complicated. It's doable, but complicated. I'm just going to leave it as is for now. I'm thinking we should take this and move it further out into the ocean. That's what I'm thinking. We move it out to... let's see, I don't want to be in the way of a boat, though. Like, if we're already kind of close to where the boats are going to be coming in and out. So we'd have to go, like, sideways and out. It's going to be kind of a pain. Maybe that's a good... when the tide is coming in, we... push with some pistons, we push it out and down or something like that. When the tide is going out anyway, then we retract it. Seems like a complicated. Awfully complicated. What is going to be the best course of action here if I don't want to be in the way of the dock? Okay, sorry, I'm rereading what Timmy said here. So, well, should be able to collect enough in the cargo. What's the water? Once the I'm assuming you meant once the water gets back. Oh, what's the water? Uh, I'm not parsing what you were trying to say. Um, though so I think it'll be probably about 12 in-game hour. Nah, it's like 6 more in-game hours before before the water comes back up ish. Or more. No, probably more than that. If stored power any battery is less than 20, set the batteries to charge. Turn on hydrogen engines. If all batteries are less than 95, set batteries to auto. Turn the engines off. So basically, make the batteries the main power source and just use the hydrogen engines to recharge them when needed. That is probably a better way to do it. We could do that with 2 event controllers. And if I set... Oh, so you're saying if we... when the batteries get low, we set them to charge so that they are charging and the hydrogen engine is powering the base at the same time that it's charging the batteries. And then when the batteries get full, we shut the hydrogen engine off and switch the base back to battery power. That is probably a lot more doable because that would give us time to collect a bunch of ice. And I don't think we need a ton of batteries to run this place once it's actually running, although I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. But it's worth a shot. We could figure that out later though, because the rest of this place isn't even ready to accept stuff. Now I'm wondering if it would just make sense to move this out just a little bit further. Or perhaps pull it to the side a little bit and then have it come out over here and then go, well, let's see. If we had it like way over here, we're still kind of in the way of the boat. I did this poorly. This was poorly planned. I should have really just put this thing like out in the water. Like out in the water. I should have built it literally over the water. And just had the collectors go straight down. Oh, you know, that's another option that just occurred to me. We could dig a hole straight down. We don't need to do this. We could just dig a hole straight down to the water level. Down to the water table, essentially. I mean, it's kind of cheesing it a little bit, but I mean, that's how it would work in real life. If you're on a beach, you dig down far enough, eventually you hit groundwater. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. Okay.
Inventory full.
We will still do it. Can I just borrow one of these cargo containers for all these parts? Once the tide comes back, you should be able to collect enough in the cargo containers to hold you over. Yeah, I think we're going to do a combination of what both of you were thinking, except we're going to increase the odds that we have ice at all times by basically dumping this thing, putting this thing down far enough in a hole that it almost always, if not always, has access to ice. That's the plan. So I'm going to have to dig straight down till we hit water and then rebuild this whole thing.
Inventory full.
Which should be easy enough to accomplish. And then we won't have ugly stuff sticking out into the lake. We're basically going to go straight down from here. If I could line it up correctly. Seems good. Then we'll widen this up a bit. So now we're underwater. We could kind of go down as far as we want here. Now we're down under the sand. I bet you that is deep enough for us to have ice most of the time. I actually do think the water might recede further than this, but I think this is going to be good for us to build some stuff. I just got to make sure that I can get back up, you know, after I build down here, that the hole is big enough. So, and also that I don't get stuck down here. It's hard to fly. What's my... Let's go refill. I think this is a better idea than... Oops, wrong place. I think this is a better idea than trying to go out into the ocean like that. Are you not? Oh, you're full. Well, that makes sense. Can I borrow you? You're both full. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'm gonna stand in front of you here until everything's charged up. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna go and see. I think. Oh, nope, nope, nope! Don't fall down the hole. I think we're going to expand the hole a little bit, just to the side here, so that I can. Okay, fall in the water a bit. Just so that I can get back up once we build down into here. There we go. Okay. I think I should be able to fly back up there. Ah, a well. I've heard of this game, Dork. I've heard of this. I think this is a good idea. It might work well. Alright, we're basically just going to go straight down. Where's the thing? Just give me normal. There it is. Stuck. This was the wrong side to build on. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be good. Okay. Up one. And then we'll do our... conveyor junction here. I'm going to need to make this area a bit bigger. What? Why do I have to wait? What's wrong? Add a cap before you build all the way down. What do you mean, add a cap? I don't know what you mean by that. Please elaborate. That should be enough room. Let's start. Oh, by cap, do you mean, I can't, oh, there we go. Like a cap like this kind of thing? Or like something specific to well terminology, to well culture? Don't you? I was just going to leave this hole open. I wasn't going to fill this in, but I could fill it in if that's what you're thinking, actually. All right, Game Dork. I may or may not have figured out what you're talking about, and I'm going to do that. That way Timmy doesn't fall in the well. Timmy, you're not going to fall in the well, are you? Here, we'll do this. We'll do a... no, I'm on the wrong one. Should we do a junction? No, let's just do a conveyor tube here. Like that. And then we could even look down the hole. Oh, Steve. Okay.
Fuel flow.
Then we'll build around that. When we're done. Is this how far I built down? Or I think, no, I was higher than that. Yeah, this is going to give us, like, functionally infinite ice, because it's way down in the water here, and I think the water will be... If the water recedes from this level, it won't be for very long. Oh, come on. Oh, so close. Okay. Almost there. Sploosh. I do need to go back up. Oh, I'm stuck.
Fuel flow.
Every time it does the fuel low thing to me, I get freaked out. Okay, so we should be able to do the same thing we did before with the curvy. Okay. Here's what we need. We need 4 of those. 4 of those. Just give it to me. I may have to make that hole a little bit bigger. Okay. Game Dork, you are correct. You don't need the curvy bits. In fact, yeah, no, you're right. It's just one of the collectors will stick out further than the others. That's all, which is not a big deal. Put the bottom one on first, though. I'm gonna try and dig out a little bit underneath this one. Just not for any particular reason other than aesthetics. Oh, Timmy Dean, your ideas are good ideas. It's a group effort. All right. We should already be pulling ice up. Hang on, let's get rid of all this. From most of these, and I can't get out. Which is the best way out of here? This way? There we go. Ah, there we go. It is hard to move in the water. All right. Oh, almost. This one. All right, maybe I should change my costume to like something that looks more like a underwater engineer.
Fuel low.
So it better be fake. Okay. Oof. Okay. Let's actually do. Oh, okay. Save myself some steel, and we'll do half blocks. There we go. Then we can always look down there and be like, yep, still there. Oh yeah, tons of ice coming in. That's coming in more than every second. On the boat, I swear it was once per second. And let's see, can we get one of these little guys in there? Not you. One of these little guys. Just want. There we go. Now we've got a nice little kind of well, actually. Yeah, you know, that's not a terrible idea. Putting some sort of light down there so that I could see in the dark. But I got headlights. So anyway, we can get all of this out of here now. So that should be filling up all nice and good. And so should the other one. Nope. I bet, well, either this is set up wrong or because this one's first, it's pulling everything, which could be a problem. Wonder if it would be better to actually have them be at the exact same place and split, like, here. But yeah, I bet you this one's pulling everything. Maybe when this gets full. This may never get full. We got no power because of the event controller. Yeah. So what's our play here? Let's turn you back on. Let's turn this event controller off. We don't need it for now. We'll figure it out later. So if we split there, do we think that would be... Yeah, it might be better. Well, let's do a test. If we split there and then have like a cargo right here, you know, another sorter right here with a cargo, do you think the grid will be able to split which is which, or would it be better to just have two completely separate wells? Because this is going to fill up real slow as long as the hydrogen engine is running. It's so hard to say hydrogen engine. Although, actually, if we assume that well is in the water pretty much all the time, do we even need to worry about splitting and having like a stock of ice if it's constantly going to be refreshing the ice? Maybe we just need maybe we don't even need cargo and sorters and stuff. Maybe we just let them pull from their own. In fact, if I don't do that, yeah, see now this one is pulling. But if I turn off that, I mean, these things should probably be pulling, right? I would hope. No, they're not. But they also... Oh, well, one of them is. Oh, wait, this one's got a ton of stuff. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hold on now, hold on. Maybe I had this wrong. Hold on. Back to what we had before. I think I misunderstood what was going on here. So... this one irrigation system is pulling all the ice. So the sorter is pulling it. This one irrigation system is getting all of it. So when it's full, the other one will take some.
Energy flow.
So in the meantime, we could just split the ice manually. I mean, I could run Goose on here, and then Goose would just balance the ice between the two of them. That seems like overkill. There's no other reason to run Goose on here. Let's just temporarily say, I'm going to move you all to there, and then now you could fill up with more. I don't even know that we need 2 irrigation systems anyway, so. Okay. I think I'm almost out of power. That's what I think. So I'm curious to see if... Getting hungry again? I'm curious to see if that well is always going to be in the water or not. Let's put all these components back for now. At some point, just leaving this thing idle, this will all fill up. Like it's already 10,000 more than the last time I looked. Eventually these irrigation systems will fill up, and then the cargo will start filling up as well. I mean, these things have massive inventory, so it's like, it's fine. You know, even if they just themselves filled up, no big deal. Yeah, the first one is pulling way more, probably just because of the tick cycle. You know, when this one ticks, there's this much, and when this one ticks, there's this much. It might even be because one of the... I don't want to think about it, but... I assume... Yeah, Timmy, I assume we're at permanent water level. But, I mean, look how far back it goes. You know? But even then, I'm almost positive we're going to be at water... Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll come back when the water looks like it's at its lowest, and we'll see if we're still pulling ice. And if not, we'll jump down in the thing and see what's up. And we'll just leave the battery be for now. Actually, let's leave the battery off for now. And then if we do get low, like I said, then it'll the event controller can turn it on. There you go. Good deal. That'll be our backup until we're done here. So let's, for the last little bit of time here, I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. So like and subscribe if you're into that kind of thing. And then we'll weld up some of the floor and everything, and I don't know, maybe call it a day. Okay. Let's weld up the rest of these conveyors here. That's not a conveyor. So close. Mm, 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 mm. I should really fix this situation here too, because these things are not as useful for stuff anymore. Because they're full. Let me finish this and then do the one thing that I intended to do over there. Yep, completely isolated grid. I have a tendency to like to build connected grids and like kind of pretend that they're not connected. You know, but they're definitely connected. Like on Titan, where it's just like one room after another. Because it makes inventory management and like power manage, like I don't have to build a separate power management system for everything. But at the same time, realistically, you wouldn't do that. You would have, I guess realistically, you would, have like a power generator station or something and then connect all your grids to the same power, but they wouldn't all be the same structure. So if I had a nice way to, like with power lines, connect multiple independent grids together regardless of their location and orientation, like if I could just run a power line from here to here, if there's a mod that does that, let me know, because that'd be cool. If we could just build like a generator station, that's down in the water and it's just a bunch of hydrogen engines and then like ran power lines to everything. That would be great, but I don't believe there's a way to do that without doing like rotors and hinges and small grid connections and stuff like that. When they're not anywhere near the same angle with each other. It'd be cool. Would be cool. All right. What am I up to? Oh, you know what I was going to do here? There's a mod that does do power lines. I will look for that. If you're on Ire's Discord and you know what the mod is and where to get it, throw it in the Duke Skyloafer room on there for me if you don't mind. If you do mind, then no problem. I don't mind that you mind. I'll go find it myself. Okay, I wanted to put a hydrogen here so that I could refill my stuff, which means I want to move this thing to here because I want to charge off of this one. Oh, these are the tubes. Ugh. There we go. Now, how are we doing with that? That's going to eat up most of the ice, I would imagine, but that's okay. So, two things to do then. Actually, do I need these lights anymore? Give me a bunch of that, because we're going to put some... I should repaint most of this dock to look like wood at some point, That'd be nice. Put some more of that there so I can walk around better. Let's move you. This refill station thing is so handy. So there we go. So I'll be able to just, even when we're out of ice, this tank should be very full. Whenever the water comes in, this tank should fill up completely. And then even if we run out of ice, I'll still be able to get hydrogen out of this tank for, like, ever. Ow, I hurt myself. Hurt myself trying to adjust my butt in my seat. I imagine it's not going to get full with the amount of ice that we have in here right now, but that's okay. So... the sun is coming up. I want to say maybe the high and low tide is on a daily cycle. Actually, now that I think about it, it might be one day it's low tide and one day it's high tide. Something like that. Because I think the high and low tide might be planetary, like the entire sphere of water grows and shrinks, and it's not like oblongated, you know, to where certain parts of the planet are at high and other parts are low. So it might just be on a daily cycle of, like, it takes a day for tide to I don't know. It's not like moons. This planet doesn't have a moon. Probably should, though. Maybe I should spawn a moon. Alright, now that we've done all this, let's, I don't think we need more batteries, actually. I was going to say, let's put more batteries in, but I don't think we need to. Yeah, I'm just going to do steel for floor. I was going to do... Actually, I was going to do interior blocks. Okay, I changed my mind. Interior blocks it is. How do I do this without messing everything up? Alright, so we're going to have to put some walls back here to hold those up while I take off this row down here. And I'm going to keep that there for now because I don't want I think I can take those off, right? Because that's... The outer wall is connected to this. So that'll just kind of be a free-floating center thing. Yes, I think I can take that. Be hilarious if this thing just collapsed on me now as I do this. That should still be a singular solid grid. Okay. What do we want floor to look like here? I don't really care what the bottom looks like. We could do... Maybe we'll do this with the lights, along... Oh yeah, I do need... I have, like, nothing on me, do I? Actually, I should probably keep that. Is he... Where... Are we not... How are we doing on iron here now? Still looking good. Still probably want to eat a Saberoid. Cool. Probably going to need some of those too. Alright. So I'm thinking we'll do... I could do the floor pieces with, like, the... what... You know what I'm talking about with the new floor with the different decals and everything. But I always feel like I end up overusing those and trying way too hard to make those into stuff. So I'm thinking I'm just going to take it easy and just do something like this. So we'll put those along the outer edge. Like that. And then let's do it in the middle too. Then I just need something to put in the rest of it. And I want it to be fairly plain. So we could just do this. I would do those larger, like, structural things, but they're, or like the other floor pieces, but they're just not going to fit super well. Yeah, so I think we'll just do this. We'll just do it upside down like this. I'm realizing I'm going to have to go underneath to weld some of this, I think, or something. So, like, yeah, let's take out some of this so I can get behind it. That one I can get to. Yeah, this ought to be good. Tethers. Oh, I remember tethers. Tethers was cool. Okay, well, maybe we'll consider adding that in if it still works. I know it for a while it didn't work, but then I thought someone else had taken it over or something, and then it was working better. Or maybe it just didn't work in multiplayer, which isn't really a concern for me. At least not in this playthrough. Yeah, that'd be cool. Not what I meant to do, but that'll work. In fact, I'll just put that into production multiple times, I think. Yep, just make me a ton of it. Almost. There we go. This is going to be a pretty large facility for such a small number of farm plots. I might, depending on how the interior shakes out, I might extend this by one on each side. I wanted to have a nice amount of room in the front here. Just, they always, the way I make them, they always seem so crowded. I didn't want them to be, I didn't want it to be crowded in here. Alright, we'll keep going for a few more minutes, then we'll probably call it a day. Let's have you make me a lot... Oh, you're already making a lot more of these. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll do some glass on top. We'll probably also do some algae farm deal on the roof or something as well. But yeah, we'll do glass. I'm not going to do just like a 100% glass dome kind of thing, but we'll do something with glass. I do want, especially the front, to have a nice view of the beach, you know? So yeah, I'm thinking we will, you know, this would be like a nice little observation area. Maybe we'll even, you know, we'll end the dome a little bit early and do like a deck. You know, where you could just come and sit and look at the water way over there or sometimes way over here. You know, go fishing or something. I don't want to get too complicated. I always, you know, if you saw from me, well, building pretty much anything, whenever I am building something that I feel like is some sort of a base, I feel like I need to have a bunch of rooms in. You know, it's like you would always have rooms in a facility, and then I don't know what to put in those rooms because I don't actually need rooms in the facility. So let's say I want 1,000 of you and 1,000 of you. Can you make that happen? Actually, let's say 500. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Oh, you know, and then I didn't take the parts. You like the dock here with the now floating boat? Yeah, we're gonna have to redesign that boat at some point or design a new boat. Now that I got a good sense of like these pontoons, I think we're doing all the work for this boat. I don't even know that the interior airtight space that's supposed to be floating really even does anything. So I think we could redo this and have like a nicer pontoon style boat. Yeah, I think what we'll do is maybe we'll end our wall or glass or whatever we're going to do over here, and then we'll paint this to look like wood and have like a, you know, extend it a little bit, put some railing on it, and have a nice little outside area. We'll put one of those bars, you know, something like that. Well, that's the thing, Game Dork, is like, it's not so much that I can't think of what to do with those rooms. It's more like spending the time to like decorate tons of rooms in a build like this where I'm just playing survival. You know, it's like I could literally spend days or like in multiple streams filling in those rooms and making them really nice and everything. And like it's one thing when like, you know, Splitsy does it and then, you know, cuts the recording down to like 5 minutes. You know, it's another entire thing to watch someone do it for like, you know, 50 hours on a stream or whatever. That should be better. No. Not better enough. Especially if and I'm not going to say like I'm never going to do it. I think if I do it too frequently, like if every building that I build in this playthrough ends up being like a full facility, it gets really boring to watch. You know, from time to time it's okay. You know, but like, do I need to build bathrooms into every building? You know? I guess that's the real question. I usually don't, but sometimes I do. If I'm making like a house, if I'm making like the actual base, like where I supposedly live, then I usually will take the time to make the different RP sections of it. Like this is the bedroom and this is the living room and this is, you know, oh, I'm gonna need more of this. You know, this is the game room. This is where I keep my jukebox with the annoying song in it. I think that's it. Yes, and streaming is much different. It is a different thing, like you said. Like when you're streaming, when you're watching a streamer, you're watching the process, and when you're watching edited videos, you're watching almost like a description of the process. you know, like you're getting the abridged version, right? And every so often I do see on Reddit people will say like, can someone recommend to me a series where somebody in detail does an entire thing from start to finish, and there's not a bunch of time skips in it. It's like, well, what you want to watch is a streamer do that. Essentially, you want to watch somebody's stream. So, if you want to put all the hours into watching somebody's stream. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to end up extending this by one, because I think we'll end up, for the most part, putting the outside of our dome. We're going to do a dome. Well, should we do a... I don't know that I necessarily want to have walls. All right, last thing we're going to do... I'm going to recharge real quick, so last thing I want to do today is just kind of figure out, because I want to have some kind of wall going up around the majority of it, and then we can have like an open roof kind of thing. We'll probably do some supports across it. I mean, it'll be mostly glass because, you know, why not? But what's it going to look like? So this is like our outer perimeter here. I do want to keep armor around the outside. We could make it wood. We could do an entire wood trim around it and then have the deck come out if we wanted. Do we want wooden walls? Do we want... I like watching hours-long build irrelevant to gameplay things in SE videos. You know, that's one of the nice things about Space Engineers, is that it is, as a community of viewers and content creators, we are the kind of people who are totally okay getting lost in the weeds for a while, you know? You know, well, yeah, I agree with you there. How do you say your name? Vedimbish? Vedimbish? Whatever, however you say your name, I apologize. Yes, I agree. Like this farm is a one-person farm. The RP in this whole series is theoretically is technically that I am the only person here. I'm not building this for a theoretical group of people to be living here as a facility. Like this is just me and my spaceship living here. So this is a farm to support myself. Still though, if stuff actually grew at the rate of real life, this would not wouldn't be enough for me either. So anyway, we didn't get... What do we have in terms of windows these days? We've got these things. We've got the bay windows. Bay window. Bay windows would be kind of cool, but what would we do above the bay windows? I always kind of like these things. I almost feel like would bridge windows work? I don't think so. Bridge windows would work. I might throw a wind turbine right on the top just for fun. Just have a little additional renewable energy, even though it's not needed in the slightest. Yeah, I almost think bridge windows is a good idea. That we would just have to have, you know, doors connected into them somehow. Maybe what we want to do is... Oh, I've done fire pits and chimneys on builds before. They're easier to do now than when I first started. I might want to move these columns to somewhere else. I mean, we could technically just do the entire top in in glass, technically. Do I need to have an airlock on this thing? I guess I probably should, just to be safe. Just in case there's some weather that would kill things. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the back wall is entirely... Give me all your steel plate. I don't even have that much. I'm thinking the back wall is going to be entirely... this. Steel block. Okay? And then... I think I'm going to change these corners to be something else, but... I think then... I'm going to go out to about here, and I left that space open because I think that's going to be my entrance door. Where did I go to? About there? Like this. And... I think like this. Is that what I want to do? Okay, so here's
Fuel low.
Here's what I'm thinking, is basically... So I want to have enough vertical height to be able to do stuff with collectors on hinges. So I need, like... This is probably going to be, like, conveyor and cargo in the middle, and then sets of hinges. I think I actually hinge. Let's see, how do I want to do that? Because it would be small grid. And I guess I could be here. Because we have those short ones now. So if I got hinge here, and we got our half-sized... farm plot. Then we get our half-sized thing. I think that would work. Put a hinge with a collector, and then the hinge goes up when it's not needed, comes down when it is needed, goes back up when it's not needed. I think that will be good. So it needs to be at least that high of a ceiling, which I think should be good. So, and then we could put some lights in the ceiling as well. So we could do something like this, and we'll put some like curves in there or something. Because I want to be able to put like troffer lights and stuff in the ceiling. Very foggy up. I think I want this to be... I want these to be solid blocks, like this. Let me... these are temporary supports here. Yeah, I kind of like that being like that, so we're going to do... No, not that. Oh, Timmy Tiberius Dean, you are not a, I like guessing people's middle names, I don't know. You are not a bother at all. I enjoy having you here, and your input is appreciated. Just like everybody who, you know, is here and working constructively and everything, like, I appreciate all of it. I think these streams are better. I have become a better builder in Space Engineers because people are here to give me ideas for things. Okay? And maybe not that much of a better builder, but better than I would have been. So, anyway, see what I'm doing here? Because we can kind of match this with the white, or the windows. That's what I'm going for. I'm thinking we will take that out. Take that out. I'm thinking I'm going to do, couldn't find the button I want. We'll do that. Then we're going to transition to glass
Fuel low.
for the most part. And let's make this round as well. I'm a natural emotional support pet. You know, I do what I can. I do what I can. I try to be as absolutely like the most positive I can be, because in the past, I feel like, just in my life in general, I feel like I was not a terribly positive person, and that didn't really feel good, you know? So I'm trying to always be positive, make people feel better about themselves. I think that's right. So I want to have one going across this way. And I really should have done this whole thing in the wood paint that I wanted to begin with, but we'll just come through with the paintbrush later and paint our metal to look like wood. No, it's in the fog. Ah, that was fast. I remember, Timmy, one of the first times you showed up, I think it was you, and you were just like, oh my god, all the legends are here. Because there's all the people that I normally talk to on the stream are all hanging out here. And the first time you made one live and got to see all the classic characters like Game Dork, you know? And really, everybody here is just a bunch of normal schmoes killing time. And I think that's great. So, and as it turns out, Timmy Dean, you are very much one of the legends now. So, other people. Uh-oh. Why isn't that centered? What did I do wrong? Oh, is there an extra row on this side? Anyway, I was just going to say, other people watch the VOD of this stream, and they hear me talking to the legendary Timmy Dean. And they wonder who that is. Who is that amazing person? Who is that amazing person that didn't tell me that I was making this thing with an even number of blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, my dreaded arch nemesis, the number 8. Do we leave it? We leave. I say we leave it. We leave it. What is it? It is what it is. That's what I say. Where are we going to put the lights? I'm thinking here. Nope. One there. Then one
Fuel
there.
low.
Like this. And then the rest of this is going to be glass. And we're going to need a lot of silicon. There. Those are going to need to get a little bit brighter, but we'll figure that out. So, oh, cool. Discord, Game Dork, I will check that out. Either after the stream or when I remember. Should I move these to be... No, I think this looks good. I think this looks good. Yeah, we'll put a door here for walking in, because it's easier to walk through here where the beach is. And, hang on. Ooh. Oh my gosh, hold on. When I saw All these new stairs. Oh my god. What are we gonna do with all this? This is an embarrassment of riches that I have now. Short stairs? Oh, do you know how long I've been waiting for short stairs? That's a ramp. Hold on. Normal stairs, grade stairs. There we go. Steep stairs of the other side, of the middle. It's like a ladder almost. I'm going the wrong way. Hang on. Oh, with railings. Here we go. That's what I'm looking for. Just a regular... Oh, with railings. Yes. That's what I want. Get me all the parts for this. Man, when I saw this for the first time... Oh, man. I said, Space Engineers is complete now. This is it. We've done it. We don't need to add anything else. We just have a reasonable amount of different types of stairs. And I could walk in. It almost makes me want to just put a door on this side and just have a massive set of stairs. And I just hurt myself again. Have a massive set of stairs coming down, you know? You know what might be a good idea, Game Dork, is if we did put, I gotta stop doing that. So the main door is going to be on the back for reasons, but we could do secondary door with like ladders or something like that to, oh, you know, actually this didn't turn out too bad on the bottom here. I kind of like this. I was assuming the bottom would look terrible, but it actually looks pretty good. Or we just use those new stairs and just make big old stairs all up and down. Maybe we'll do them right where these pillars are. We will figure it out later. So yeah, the rest of this, we're gonna put. So the imagine the windows just all over this. It's all just gonna be windows. And then from this outer edge, we're going to go out, probably from here. We'll go out a couple and just make a big deck with an E, that we could just relax on. You know? Let's actually plan this out a little bit. So let's say we are here, okay? Hypothetically speaking, let's say we are there. And I'm going to just put a block there to make myself feel a little bit better. And let's just say that I happen to have a bunch of interior plate, which I do not. But I should. Okay. What would... Maybe I'll just do this on the side that's closest until if I end up building something on the other side. So, what do we need to do here? So we've got... What is the difference here? Solid stairs. Oh. Didn't even see those. Oh. Okay. So I need something... Oh, well, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just... Oops, wrong one. Is that the right way? I think that's the same way. And then right into the sand like that. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Yes. This is it. This is the winner. I hope it looks good when it's welded, because I'm not going to weld it today. How far away is the water? So I think that's as far as the water is ever going to go to. So let's see if we're still pulling ice. I don't know why I just typed ice. Everything in here is ice. The sorter is full. Everything is full. The collectors are full. So I don't actually even know, because the collectors are full because the whole system is full. Which is awesome. This thing probably weighs a ton. Game Dork, do you know which weathers will kill the crops? Like, will a thunderstorm kill the crops? I know I know a hailstorm will. I am trying to remember if like a thunderstorm will actually hurt the crops or not. Because there's not a whole lot of different types of weather on this planet. There's no hailstorms or anything, but and we'll be able to pressurize it from the atmosphere, so it's not a big deal. So like if we just had regular door, it would decompress for just a bit and then recompress, but it wouldn't be a, like the loss of air pressure would be very brief. But if there's like a storm outside, the second it decompresses, they're going to start taking damage. So that's the thing. Hang on a second. Who have we got here? Okay, hang on a second. Let's make it that color for some reason. Now we're going to fly over here. Do that. Oh, I don't have a radio component. Need a radio component. I can make a radio component. Hang on. Forgot about that. I think I can. If I put my mind to it. Okay. Oh, yeah. There we go. Sorry, Timmy. You will be missed. We salute you. We salute you. Oh, there could be more than one of you. You're supposed to. I don't have a tiny boat for you. I mean, it's all going to the crops. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right. I completely forgot what I was going to do for the last few minutes here, but I think this is good. We'll figure out the weather thing for next time. If I got to do airlocks, we'll just do, like, we'll just put one of those flat doors in front of a block door, and then it'll be no big deal. So, I don't think we're going to need this, if I could talk, I don't think we're going to need this battery at all, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it anyway. All right. We will have to put a vent system somewhere. Maybe I'll just put it next to the door. Let me put that in, because otherwise I'll forget about it. It's a heat vent. I need one of these. All right, so we're going to do a external vent like that, and then an internal vent there. And then that will, we'll just tell this one to depressurize. And then when that's welted up, then we will have ventilation in here. We'll go from there. So I do think, no, you know what? I think I'm going to keep this number of plots, because I could put screens on the end, and it would be really hard to kind of maneuver around without, just like a single hallway and stuff. So I think this is good. We'll keep this number of farm plots. I guess if I really wanted to, I could extend them out to 2 rows of farm plots. I guess that would be okay. It'd be crowded in here. It's an option for the future. It's an option for the future. So, all right. I think that's going to do it for me for today. let's what do I want to do? Do I want to go back to the Titan and sleep? I don't have a place to sleep down here. And do I want to risk flying the miner back to the Titan or just jetpack? I think I'm just going to jetpack myself to the Titan for the night.
Energy low.
Not for long. Not for long. I also got to heal up over there too, so. You know what, Game Dork? I think we might just chance it. I think we might just chance it. I wish I had a better memory because I tested so many different weathers when I was working on Farmhand, and Hailstorm is the only one, aside from, I think, Hailstorm and maybe like Poison Fog or something like that, which is definitely not here. Yeah, we're the only ones that I think were the, you know, and similar things like that. I think we're the only ones that were a problem. Where the heck am I going? And we're back. I'm on the wrong side, though. I should probably put a food processor in there, too. That's why I left room for that. All right, we're back. We are back. We're healed. We're going to eat. Maybe. Let's eat a thing real quick before I forget. All right. That's going to do it for us, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. I will see you next Thursday for more Space Engineers and nothing else in between, it turns out. So take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So long, Legends.